We born away, born away, born away, born away. We born away, born away. We born away, born away. It's funny how people wanna pull you down when they see you trying to make your way up top.
Mic check 1 2.
Everybody wanna be your friend when
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all come on up in here. I had some technical difficulties on my Papa Reu podcast page, but we're going to get that ironed out. Don't worry about it. So we're going to deal with the Papa Reu page right now. But make sure y'all follow the Papa Reu podcast. Papa Reu podcast. You know what I mean? Anyway, what time is it? 6:18. Y'all come on up in here. I know I'm a little bit late, but I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, I mean, we're going to... Anyway, I want to welcome everybody to my podcast. You know, this is the Papa Reu channel, but the Papa Reu podcast channel, we had a little technical difficulties. We got to take that up with Verizon and those people, you know. I want to thank each and everybody that's tuning in today. As a matter of fact, let's get some more people up in here. Let's get some more people up in here. We're going to talk about the truck and all that stuff. I got you, homie. I got you. Anyway, y'all come on up in here. The Papa Reu podcast. This is the debut of my podcast. Okay? This is the debut of my podcast. Like I said, I had some technical difficulties on my Papa Reu podcast channel. You know when you open new channels, how algorithms and, you know, things got to settle in. And anyway, long story short, we're here. Today, Wednesday, February the 4th. And I'm going to stamp that. And for everybody that's coming in here, right? For everybody that's coming in here, I have something special for everyone that tune in, you know, to my first chapter of this thing. All right? Y'all come on up in here. Anyway, check it out. In this podcast, you know, a lot of people... Let me start over. The reason why I started this podcast is because, you know, we've been sitting back and, you know, I've been looking at basically everything that's going on around me. Like, you know, there's a lot of false narratives going on. And you can't have certified people who's certified to speak on a lot of topics, to speak the... Let me rewind it again. To speak the truth about a lot of topics. You know what I mean? You don't have too many people that's certified to do that. And yes, I'm one of the persons to go ahead and elaborate on hip hop, to elaborate on the culture, to elaborate on the South, elaborate on the Caribbean, to elaborate on, you know, any subject matter pretty much. You know what I mean? We're going to elaborate on every subject matter pretty much. And I want you, who's that? Yeah, I'm going to shout out everybody. Sander, what's good? Make sure y'all follow the other channel. We had some technical difficulties, but make sure you follow the Papa Reu podcast. Papa Reu podcast. You know what I mean? Next Wednesday, we're going to be on that channel. Okay? Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Today's going to be the introduction of my podcast, February the 4th. And yes, I repeated it again because we got to timestamp that, you know. There's a lot of things been going on, a lot of things been said, a lot of gatekeeping stuff, a lot of believing who got the money type of stuff. You know, there's a lot of real issues we're going to address, right? There's a lot of real issues we're going to address. And what I want to do is I want to involve everyone that's pretty much involved or supportive of the Papa Reu movement, the Reu music movement. You know, I want to do something special for all the people who came out today to help me launch my podcast. You know what I mean? So don't trip. I'm taking notes of everybody. On there, and we're gonna come back to that. Right? But like saying what I was saying earlier, there's a lot of people that that have a lot of false narratives about a lot of stories, false narratives about life, false narrative about the culture, false narrative about like fake is the new real now. So I'm just bringing it back to the people who's got integrity, the people who want to hear the truth, the people who understand life. You know what I mean? Talking about the people who not in a make-believe world. You know what I'm saying? This is the realest it's going to get. The Papa Reu podcast is going to be the realest it's going to get. You know what I mean? Because I'm involving all my fans and all the people that's helping to build this community. This is our channel, right? And whatever you want to get out there, my channel is going to be open for messages. It's going to be open. I'm going to check all my DMs, all that. You know what I'm saying? So this is a new era, a new beginning. Papa Reu podcast, right? 3+ decades in the game. No one else is more certified to speak about the game than myself. And like I said, I'm doing it for the fans because the fans really the ones that call me out to do this. You know what I mean? Because you don't see me in the clubs every night. You rarely know if Papa Reu's in town. You know what I mean? Recently I had an episode with my military truck. Anyway, we're going to talk about all that. We're not focusing on one subject today. Today, we're mainly focusing on what are we going to do with the podcast? What are we focusing on? What are we going to be talking about? All right? Make sure y'all follow Papa Reu podcast. We had technical difficulties earlier, but we're going to get it together. Jess, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Smitty, what's good? Jess, what's happening? Yes. Make sure y'all follow the podcast. Let me type it on here. Let me pin it. Let me pin it. Make sure. Let me pin it to the bottom. I'm going to pin it to the bottom to make sure y'all. Let me see. Make sure you follow podcast. YouTube, right? Papa Reu podcast on YouTube. Next Wednesday, we're gonna be going live from the YouTube channel. So, let me put this down here. YouTube streaming next Wednesday. Yes. Streaming next Wednesday. Hold on. Streaming next Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And in Papa Reu podcast, guess what? Guess what, y'all? We're going to make it make sense. If it don't make no sense, we ain't going to have it on there. Or we're not going to stop until we make it make sense. You know? We're not going to leave no unanswered questions lagging. We're going to make it make sense. Most definitely. Smitty, what's good? Jess, what's good? Tuning in. I appreciate that, Jess. I appreciate all of y'all. Believe it or not, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a note of everybody that joined in my first podcast. You know, make sense. Hold on. Then we're going to get back to the business. We're going to get back to the business. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. Okay, hold on. I'm almost done. Make it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to send it out and I'm going to pin it so that way people know what's going on. All right, I pinned it on the bottom, y'all. I pinned it to the bottom. Yeah, I pinned it to the bottom. Pinned it to the bottom. Pinned it to the bottom. Pinned it all the way to the bottom. Yes. Yes. All right. Here we go. There we go. There we go. So like I said, we had technical difficulties earlier. So bear with me. First debut day, February the 4th. I know I said it about 4 or 5 times, but I got to keep saying it because this is a special day for me, because this is the beginning. You know what I mean? This is the beginning of the beginning. You know what I mean? What's that? Anaki Supreme, what up, boy? Anaki, what's good? What's good? Yes, yes. Oh, to get into the algorithm, I got to do that. Okay. That's what's up, Jess. That's what's up. That's what's up. But I'm going to get that ready for next week. You know what I mean? But, since I started this week, I'm not going to, because we had difficulties, I ain't going to not do the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and do what I say I'm going to do, because we're going to keep our word. That's what it's about. My podcast is about integrity. So if you don't start from me, where should I expect it from? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to take a lot of Q&As. You know what I mean? A lot of Q&As. I'm going to take a lot of, there's a lot of questions a lot of people want to ask me. And if you want to get the truth about the industry, you ain't going to get it no truer than on Papa Reu podcast, because, I don't have no cliques holding me back about saying anything. I don't have no groups I'm trying to protect. Ain't none of that. You know what I mean? I've always been a stand-up guy. And you know what? All the people that really deal with me already know that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep it integral. We're gonna keep we're gonna spit facts, and we're gonna bring receipts if we have to. And like I said, I'm not gonna mislead anyone when it comes to the music genre, when it comes to life, when it comes to the community, when it comes to reality. I'm not gonna mislead anyone. Or like I said, if I don't know, I'll bring somebody in that knows, that we can get the correct information. You know what I mean? So that's how we're going to keep it right now. You know what I mean? So right now, you most definitely, hey, you already know. When I started off on the Papa Reu podcast, I wanted to open up the show with giving my condolences to my dog, Michael 5,000 Watts. You know what I'm saying? I want to say big ups to him. He was the one that did my Excuse Me album. As a matter of fact, let me get my Excuse Me album. Let me show them online. He screwed into, Screw was dead. Screw died right before I dropped my first album, which I dropped it in 2000. And then I had Michael Watts, screwed and chopped my whole Excuse Me album CD. Y'all see that? That's screwed and chopped by Michael 5,000 Watts. The whole album. You know what I mean? The whole album. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, I want to say my condolences to his family, his kids, his whole movement, the whole Swisher House. You know what I mean? I know y'all, bro, we all fight these battles, man. Like I'm telling you, we 30 years plus all together. You know what I mean? It's nobody at Swisher House that I don't have a story about or story with, Just like it's nobody in Screwed Up Click that I don't have a story or stories with. It's nobody in Cash Money that I don't have a story or stories with. It's nobody in with Music World that I don't have a story or stories with. Listen, when it comes to the facts in the South, in every genre, this is a one-stop shop. You don't need to go any further than listening and being with someone who was part of it. I wasn't on the sideline looking. I was part of it. So with that being said, we're gonna go all the way up. I'm telling you, we're gonna go all the way up, because the industry, life, the culture, we all need this right now. You know what I mean? We all need this right now. You know what I'm saying? Jess, thank you, man. What studios that was top notch and nice to record in? Oh man, the number one studio that we used to record in really was it If you wasn't at Digital Services on Chimney Rock or Hot Dog Studios, if you wasn't on, what up, Van? If you wasn't in those two studios, you really weren't doing nothing. So you met everybody that was somebody in Digital Services in Houston, Texas. From Destiny Child to ZZ Top. Yeah, I'm talking about these are the people we was in the studios with. You know what I mean? Ghetto Boys. You know what I mean? My dog Drape, Suave House. You know, all the big dogs. You know, I saw them do it like that. And that made me follow them and do it like that when I did my own label. So, you know, Digital Services was really one of the top tier. Uptown Recording, Hot Dogs, and Just Fresh Studios. Those studios are monumental in the city. You know what I mean? And anybody who know the city, they know what it is. You got that, Jess? That's what that is. And we're going to be doing a lot of stuff like this because there's a lot of people have questions about the city, and not too many artists is taking their time to answer the questions. You know, everybody mostly on me. Hey, look at that, what I. No. Listen, this Papa Reu Live, Papa Reu podcast is going to be for us. You know what I mean? It's going to be all the way for us. You know, all the way for us. So, like I said, we finally have a platform where you have somebody that's part of it and was not looking on the sideline. You know, I was doing no looking on the sideline. Tyrell, what's good? What's good? Yeah, not on the sideline. You know, like I said, let me say it one more time. I want to say big ups to every entertainer in Houston, every entertainer in the South, period. New Orleans, the whole nine. We got a lot of stories to talk about with, you know, with Lil Wayne and the Cash Money stuff. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with the SUC. We have a lot of, I'm talking about not me on the outside looking in. That's me inside. Running my mouth inside. That's what that is. You know? So we're going to go ahead and get it all the way right. So for next Wednesday, we're going to start at 6 p.m. Right? 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be all the way on time. I'm going to work out all the kinks, all the algorithm stuff that I'm dealing with. But don't worry, we're going to get it together. Okay, somebody asked, what was my favorite Houston club in 2000? Man, my favorite Houston club in 2000. That's a great question. Jamaica. And anybody from the city know what that is. Jamaica. You know what I mean? Capitalize, what's good? Jamaica, man. You see, Jamaica. Man, let me tell you something. Everybody that made their way out of Jamaica and Studio 9.9. Who know about Studio 9.9? Let me see who know about some Studio 9.9. And for the people who just tapping in, I just want y'all to know we had some problems with the Papa Reu podcast earlier, right? And what we're doing is I'm running it on my Papa Reu Instagram right now because there's a lot of algorithm stuff we got to take care of. You know, we had a little technical difficulties. So next Wednesday, we're going to be fully on the YouTube channel and the full Papa Reu podcast channel, okay? Today was just mainly the introduction of where we're going with everything. You know what I mean? And I'm going to have special guests on. We're going to have the whole nine, man. We're going to have some fun up in here. And we're going to speak some facts. And we're going to go ahead and spit a lot of knowledge. And a lot of omissions we're going to take care of. We're going to take care of all of the omissions that need to be in position. I'm going to take care of all of that. You know what I mean? And there's got a lot of guys in the city that no one speaks about that was very, very vital when it comes to the culture, man. That's one of the biggest ones I want to do right there. You know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of people that's been left out. You know, there's a lot of people that's been left out. Appreciate that, Tyrese. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. We on there next Wednesday. We on there next Wednesday to the YouTube. We on there next Wednesday. But, you know, we got to build our community from here. You know, build our community from here. Okay. Let me see. You just subscribe. That's what's up, homie. That's what's up. Yeah, so we're gonna take you down. I'm gonna take you down memory lane. You know, I'm going to tell you about the things. Oh, man, we got a whole lot to talk about, man. Listen, we got a whole lot to talk about. Whole lot to talk about. You know what I mean? I'm just excited. You see a smile on my face. Because I'm just excited that I'm able to be instrumental for the people, man. You know what I mean? Instrumental for the people. And anybody know me, you know, all that Hollywood and, you know, hey, at the end of the day, it's the realest it's going to get. You know what I mean? It's the realest it's going to get. You know. So, next week, I'm letting y'all know we tap into the Papa Reu podcast, Instagram, and YouTube. We just had little technical difficulties with the first airing because we had a lot of algorithm stuff. You know, a lot of things start crossing and start making distortion and stuff like that. So, we're going to get it all the way together. Also, we're going to be talking about the military truck. Y'all remember that military truck that was on High Pursuit in Houston? You remember the military truck on High Pursuit in Houston? Yeah, that was my truck. And I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the progress on it. We're gonna keep on the up and up with the case, you know. And on my podcast, like I said, we gonna get deeper in the case because I kind of figure out who set that whole play up. I need some snake. Anyway, y'all tap in. We got a whole lot to talk about. There's a lot of people. Y'all got to watch these people, man. Watch the people y'all get close to y'all, man. Watch the people you get close to y'all. You know what I mean? Because, hey, you see what just happened to me? Only because I trusted someone to leave them to handle something while I was gone from my property. And they end up going and making keys and all that. That's all I can say about it. You know what I mean? Because it's got to be. Because the way... We're going to talk about it on the podcast next Wednesday. Make sure y'all tap in. You know what I mean? Bino 5000, what's good? Make sure you follow that Papa Reu podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to me, y'all. You know what I mean? Subscribe to it. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe to that. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna have some fun on here. We're gonna go ahead and put everything into perspective. We're going to go ahead and dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and throw all the trash in the dumpster. That's what we're going to be doing on my show. You know? If you want to, a lot of people want to find out what's been going on with me. You know, they want to find out, Terry, what you said, how are the repairs going on with the damage? Man, look. I just, everything is going. I had to GoFundMe up because guess what? It's for the community. The first time I did it, I bought everything and put it together for the community with the generators and the whole nine. And this idiot came behind closed fence, security, the whole nine, and they done this to it. But like I said, they can't stop what's ordained. So we're going to get that back together. I'm going to keep the progress on. I'm going to show the progress. Tyrell, I'm going to show the progress. So just keep tuning in. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to show the progress not every Wednesday. I'm going to show it when we start working on it. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Softly by Twin, what's good? What's good? Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Papa Reu Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Follow Papa Reu Podcast. Next week, we're going to be all the way in. You know what I mean? Tyrell, much love, homie. And I appreciate you tapping in. Dog. You know. And I got a concert coming up, too. For the past, up to like 8-9 years, I ain't did a concert in the city. It's another one. You know what I mean? All the people that tuned in today got something special for y'all. Don't worry. Do not worry. You know what I mean? Do not worry. At all. Yeah, so... Man, I'm just thinking about what else we need to really address. You know what I mean? Y'all go ahead and help me with what y'all want me to address too. Because, you know, it ain't about me. It's about y'all. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all going to be wanting me to address. You know? Tram, what's good? How you doing? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Papa Reu Podcast. If you ain't already did. Much love. You know? Yes. Tram, that's what it is. That's what it is. So Fly, make sure you follow the channel. Oh, Tyrell, you want them exclusive Dino stories. We gonna have a lot of them. Man, Dino used to have that NSX. Man, I'm gonna tell you some stuff we used to do, man. Tune in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're not going deep on no subject right now. Next Wednesday, we about to go in. We about to go in. You know what I mean? Man, I miss Dino, though. Rest in peace, Dino. You know what I mean? H-Town. H-Town. Rest in peace, Dino. He was a great guy, man. Great guy. Great guy. Yes, 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 yes. What are these beefs I settled? Oh, man. Let me think about that. That's a great question. That's a great question right there. That's a great question. Let me think. What are these beef did I settle? You know what's crazy? I'm thinking back at it right now. It wasn't really too many beefs around in my camps that I was around. You know, it wasn't too many beefs at all. Like when they start beefing and stuff like that is when pretty much I was no longer around. You get it? Like, you remember that time, who was it? Slim, Zero beefing, Mike Jones, and it was a bunch of beef in the city, but I wasn't around then to help squash their beefs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When I was around was the great times. I'm talking about great times. You know, I could tell you some stories about some messed up shit that happened. You know what I mean? I could tell you some story about some things that make you say, wow, you know? But when it comes to the beefs and stuff like that, I'm trying to see. Only one time I seen, you remember that time at the Ozone with Mike Jones and Trey? Who remember about the Mike Jones and Trey situation? I was sitting right there next to I was right there when everything went down. Who remember that story right there? Who remember that? You know, I remember that like a book. But anyway, we're going to talk about all that. We got a lot of time. Today's just the introductory to let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know? Which plaque I'm most proud of? That's the easiest question. Van, that's the easiest question. You see that one behind me with that faux vinyl right there? You seen it? The one behind me on this side right here. This, let me see if you can point. This one. That one right there. That's at Juvenile 400 degrees and still selling up to today. You know what I mean? That was the one I'm mostly proud of because, you know, it sold the most copies. And I was very instrumental of helping that album go multi-platinum. So I'm very big ups to Juvenile, big ups to the Cash Money family. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, that one right there I'm most proud of. I wear that on if I had a chain, I'll put it around my neck. For real. Lyric, what's good? What's good? Make sure y'all follow the Papa Reu podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. As a matter of fact, let me put this down here again. Subscribe to YouTube at Papa Reu Podcast. All right, Papa Reu Podcast. You know what I mean? Yes. Subscribe YouTube, Papa Reu Podcast. Let me pin that one. Right. Pin that on there for the people who, you know what I mean? Who kind of, they ain't gonna get confused about it. You know. That's what's up. Yeah, like I said, the Juvenile album, that's, I got 3 more coming in. And as soon as they come in, we're going to bust it open together. For all the people down with me, we're going to bust it open together. No worries. So, like I said, next week, Wednesday. What date is that? Next Wednesday is my assistant saying, what's next Wednesday? Next Wednesday should be like the 12th, 11th. Okay, we got the 11th. Next Wednesday, the 11th, right? And the 11th is going to be another official podcast. But we're going to be on the Papa Reu YouTube channel next Wednesday. We're not going to be on my regular Papa Reu Instagram or YouTube. We're not going to be on that. I'm just using it now because, like I said, we had technical difficulties with the YouTube channel that I got to work out some kinks on there. All right? But until then, I wasn't going to postpone it today because my word is my word. Like I said, we all about what? Integrity. You know what I mean? If you don't have your word, what else do you got? What else do you have? What else do you have? Tell me. So, I'm going to say one more time, I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I appreciate everyone who been following my journey, been following my work, been seeing everything that's going on when it comes to my my platform, and I'm finally letting people in to know Papa Reu. You know what I'm saying? I never let people in to get to know Papa Reu, not the artist, Papa Reu the person. You know what I mean? So this podcast right here is going to bring a lot of people closer to me, and going to bring me closer to a lot of people. We're going to build our own community. Most of the people that's going to be on my podcast, I'm going to say it again, like even the guests that I'm going to bring on here, is going to be educational. It's going to be history. It's going to be, I'm going to tell the stories as it go. But like I said, we're going to hold on to our integrity, right? And we're going to hold on to the facts. And we're going to hold on to what's real, So if you want make-believe story that, if you want it to be make-believe just for clicks and stuff, this ain't what I'm about to do. This ain't what I'm about to do. Because if I was that type of person, I'd have been took a major deal long time ago. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is I was more about the people. And because I'm more about the people, here I am, giving back to the people once again. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, man. That's what makes me feel good as a person. Giving back to the community, giving back to the culture, giving back to the people who helped make it happen. That's what I'm about. That's what gives me contentment. It's about knowing that I could give back, because the position that I'm in, millions of people could wish they had all these sales and all these plaques and all these achievements and all these. So I don't take it for granted in the position that I'm in. And I'm reaching back out and thanking everyone who helped put me in this position, because y'all didn't have to. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't have to like my southern reggae sound. Y'all didn't have to like what I do. Y'all didn't have to like when I jump on these records. Y'all didn't have to like that. But guess what? What's ordained is ordained. And what's meant is meant. And I'm going to continue this journey, giving back. And now I'm at a point where I can give back a whole lot of knowledge. Robert Mullins, what's good? What's good, Rob? Hey, make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube, Papa Reu Podcast. Make sure you follow that. Yeah, so, like I said, in the launching of the podcast, I'm starting it off with a big thank you. Big thank you to each and every individual that follow my career, that follow all the pros and the cons, followed all the BS and the good shit, you know what I mean? It wasn't easy to get here. And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to really talk. It was not easy getting here. Small change was happening. Make sure you follow the podcast, Papa Reu TV. I mean, Papa Reu podcast. You know. That Plaza Boy, make sure you follow the podcast. I'm making sure everybody on there. Small Change, you follow the podcast yet? YouTube? Come on, we got to support. Hey, this is our thing right here, brother. That Plaza Boy, you follow that podcast? Yeah, make sure you follow that podcast. That's what it is. We're about following that podcast so we could go ahead and go in on our own platform. For sure, Small Change. That's what's up. That Plaza Boy, make sure you follow the YouTube now. I ain't see you telling me nothing. Come on now. You know. Yeah, we gonna make it make sense. In the Papa Reu podcast, the theme is make it make sense. Right? Make it make sense. You know. Each and every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. sharp. You know what I mean? 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. sharp. I'm going to post this on my Papa Reu Podcast Instagram page and my Papa Reu Podcast YouTube. All right? But next week, we're going to be direct from the Papa Reu Podcast page and the YouTube page. We're going to be direct. So, just make sure y'all tune in, y'all follow, and we're going to have a great time, man. We're going to have a great time. Great time. I can't wait to tell y'all some of these stories. I can't wait to show y'all some of these people that I'm going to be bringing up in here. To take y'all all the way back. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Houston people that don't get mentioned, man. There's a lot of them that don't get mentioned. Hey, thank you, Small Change. You follow that. That's what's up. Liberty Road. What's good? You just joined in. Make sure you follow the podcast. Yeah, I'm making sure everybody follow the podcast. Because we don't need no excuses next week. No excuses next Wednesday. Papa Reu Podcast, YouTube. No excuses next week. Not from me, not from y'all, not from nobody. Because we about to go in and go up. That's what we about to do. Because guess what? We born to win. And we're going to make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all appreciate the follow. Small Change, I appreciate the follow. What it do? What it do? I see you ask me what it do. I'm going to hit you back with the what it do. That's what it do. Othello, what's good? Make sure you follow the podcast now. Make sure you follow the podcast. Papa Reu Podcast on YouTube. Papa Reu Podcast on YouTube. Right? Go ahead and follow that. We're going to build our community the way we're supposed to build it. You know. And if you need my email, it's going to be bookandreu@gmail.com. Bookandreu, small change, bookandreu@gmail.com. Or you need some of that old Papa Reu music? Which one you need? Give me them CDs. Give me one of these CDs right there. Let me show you what I got for you. How about that? Let me show you what I got for you. Let me show you. I got hard copies, y'all. I got hard copies still in the plastic. Hard copies of my album still in the plastic. That's going to be available to all of y'all who subscribe. Check it out. Let me start off with top to bottom. Excuse me. I ain't got to excuse me yet. I need to excuse me. Nah, that's a screwed and chop. I need the original. I need the original excuse me album. It's still in the corner right there. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta bring all of these out for you. We're gonna bring all of these out. That's right on the left. Right. Straight ahead. Yes. No. Yes, the other one. No. Left to the left. Left. No. The green one right here. Look at no. Man, I gotta go. Yeah, give me that one too. Give me that one too. And I need the green excuse me. The first album right there. The one that's peeking out. The one that's peeking out. Yes. Pull it. No, not that. Is the one with the other cover. Look at it right here. Right here. Found it. Boy, you gotta be digging in the crates for my own music. Right here. Okay, we're gonna start off from number 1. Who remember this? Who remember this one right here? That was my debut album right here. Who remember that? That was my debut album right here. You know what I'm saying? My debut album, excuse me. Oh man, we got some smashes on here. I'm not gonna get too technical about it right now, but that's the Excuse Me album right here. You don't have to, it don't cost anything to subscribe to the YouTube. It don't cost anything, it's free. Get on there. You don't have to pay nothing, Liberty Road. Get on there, it's free. It's free. I ain't charging nobody to subscribe to. I'm not doing none of that. Let me know. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to it. Anyway, listen, this is the Excuse Me album, my first album. This is my first album right here. Excuse Me. You know what I mean? My first album, Excuse Me. Oh man, this was my debut album right when I left Cash Money. Man, you couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was that guy, you know what I mean? Yeah, we did the Fat and all that, most definitely. Yeah, we did. We did. That's that Excuse Me album. Let me put up my first album right there. That's my first album. All right, that's Excuse Me. Now let's keep going. What up, King Edward? Make sure you follow my YouTube channel, man. Subscribe to Papa Reu. Papa Reu Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that. Next week we going in. That was the first album. Okay, first album, Excuse Me. Right? First album, Excuse Me. Second album, You Know Me. You Know Me. Second album, You Know Me. I said Excuse Me, then You Know Me. Alright? Second album. When I dropped this album, you know what? This album here was dropped in September 11. You remember when the World Trade Center? You remember when the World Trade Center fell down? When we had the terrorist attack and all that extra? Yeah. This was the album that dropped that day. I remember spending so much money on promotions, right? For this album right here. I spent so much money on promotions before this dropped. My second album. Woke up for the release date. And imagine you opening your eyes and seeing on TV those Twin Towers come crashing down. And you know you got your album finna drop. Right? You know what I'm saying? I know you did. You're a true fan, Liberty Road. That's what's up, man. Just stay tuned. I got special stuff for all the people that's in my community, man. I got y'all. Don't worry. Anyway, do you know me? Like I said, the World Trade Center fell at the time. What I remember about this album. The World Trade Center fell. And then Mariah Carey was the same thing, yeah. I think she dropped on the same day. You know who else dropped on that day? Fabulous. I always remember we would tour the hip hop. Fabulous dropped on that day also. That's September 11th. Fabulous did. Drop on this September 11th. Style Bartender, what's good? Make sure y'all follow the YouTube channel. I gotta keep saying that. You know, y'all gonna hear me keep saying that because the YouTube channel we gonna be going in, you know, with the guests, with follow the YouTube channel. You'll see what I'm talking about. Next Wednesday we on there, 6 to 7. All right, anyway, with this one right, like I said, woke up, cut the news on, was headline news, the World Trade Center fell down. Planes going into it, the whole nine. Y'all know the story, okay? Now, I spent all that money. Who remember Sound Waves? Who remember Sound Waves? You know what I mean? Yeah, who remember Sound Waves? You know what I mean? Who remember Sound Waves? Anyway, I bought some pricing and positioning. Who remember that stuff? When you used to buy your pricing and positioning to make sure that when you walk in the store, your stuff is right there in the front. On South Main. Oh, you know the one on South Main. I was talking about the one over there. I used to go to the one on Gessner. Is it Gessner? Yep. Is it Gessner? Yeah, I think it was one on Gessner. And they had, one on Cross Timbers too. Yeah, man, Soundwaves was the truth. If you independent in Houston, you had to be, man, Soundwaves, we used to do in-stores at Sound. You remember they had one in the mall, didn't they? They had one in Sharpstown. That was the last one. Who remembers Soundwaves in Sharpstown? Let me see who from Houston around this place right here. Who remembers Soundwaves in Sharpstown? Right when you walk in, tell me which direction you go, left or right. Let me see who gonna tell me. When you walk in, coming from Bel Air, the Bel Air entrance. Coming from the Bel Air entrance, you walk in the main entrance. What direction do you make for Soundwaves? I'm waiting on y'all. Oh, y'all didn't even know about Soundwaves in Sharpstown. You make a right. And when you make that right, it's right there on the left. That's where it's at. But anyway, coming back to my second album. I lost a lot of money on this album because the promotions that I put into it was... Then I put in a lot of promotions. And, oh, yeah, man, you just heard me say that, Liberty Road. When you walk in, you make the right. You just heard me say that. I was waiting on somebody to answer, but nobody answered that thing. Cool Ruler, 33, what's up? You follow the channel yet? You subscribe to the Papa Reu podcast? I'm shouting out everybody that's coming on here. And we're going to make sure everybody follow that podcast. Anyway, coming back to my story with this here. So I lost a lot of money with it. But, you know, after a while it picked up, you know, things got back to rolling and whoop-de-whoop. But what I expected to do my first month in this album, I didn't do because of the situation that we had. You know, everybody was kind of scared about what's going on, about the World Trade Center falling, anyway, monumental record. September 11th, when the World Trade Center fell, this album fell. This album dropped when the World Trade Center dropped. So this is very special to me right here. Like I said, the first album is also special because that's when I got my own foot wet. When I left, when I jumped off from Cash Money and I did my own thing. I mean, I had the same artwork like them. I had beats like, I had the whole nine, man. I learned from the best. Big ups to Cash Money. You know what I mean? That Excuse Me is the truth. And of course, I got all these albums still shrink wrapped. If anybody want to purchase any of them, y'all could DM me, whatever. You have a signed copy. I got some merch. Anyway, we're going to get into all of that. But let me keep going. Let me go to the next album. What's my third album? Third album. Certified. Kessel Mama. Make sure you follow me on subscribe on YouTube. Cool Ruler. You subscribe on that YouTube? Alright, that's what's up. That's what's up. Excuse Me had all the clubs rocking. But Liberty Road, you already know. Excuse Me wasn't no joke. I had that diamonds and pearls on that thing. Blooker. Shine. Looking good with me and Zero. Man, yeah, that was going down right there. But anyway, let's get back to my third album, which was the Certified album. So the first one was Excuse Me. Second one was You Know Me. Third one was Certified. Uncertified, man, I always had a track on here with Daz Dillinger, man. Big ups to Daz, man. Dog Pound. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Fifth Ward Weeby too, man. Man, I'm looking at my album right now. There's a lot of people that's gone, man. Let me send some shouts out to these folks, man. As a matter of fact, did I have anybody on my first album that passed? Let me see. Intro, Shine. No, they still around. No, everybody's still around from the Excuse Me album. That's crazy. Everybody's still around. Nobody's deceased from this album. Let me look at this one right here. Intro, You Know Me. My boy Top Dollar, man. I want to say big ups to Top Dollar. Top Dollar, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Top Dollar. He did a couple tracks on this album right here, the You Know Me album. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and say big ups to Top Dollar, man. You know, he gave me some bangers. Carmen San Diego, what up? You know what I mean? She was on this album too. Who else was on there? Juvenile was on my joint. Bubble Eye. Now tell me, could it be the Bubble Eye? Or the drum check that I'm... Anyway, we're going to get to all of that. I can't give y'all everything on the first episode. I'm just trying to let y'all know that, hey, it's about to go down. It's about to go all the way in on the podcast. And it's going to be very professional, too. I'm just wilding right now because I'm just happy that I started. You know what I mean? Because people have been bugging me about it, and I finally got off my ass and say, you know what? Let me give the people what they want. Surfer Dude, da 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 da. Fire, yaga yo, sexy button. I'm trying to see if everybody's still here. Yeah, everybody's still here on this album. So excuse me, Life of Music, except Top Dollar. Rest in peace, Top Dollar. This one, Daz, Love Me Not. Oh, Zoe. I want to say big ups to Zoe. Zoe, she sang on a lot of these songs right here. What's up, Zoe? Much love, much love. Thank you for the assistance back then to let us make history, you know? For sure. Yeah, you already know Dominique, Top Dollar, man. I had to give him his props. I have to give him a shout out. But that's what I'm explaining to y'all. My podcast, I'm not trying to skip anybody. You know. Like, we don't get to that one, Liberty Road. We don't get to that one. Champion Stepper. Fifth Ward Weeby, rest in peace. Fifth Ward Weeby. Good day. Oh man, big ups to Cliche. I forgot Cliche. Cliche, we had a song together. You remember that Good Day? Man, I'm bringing back Crisco Kid, Law. Man, I'm just bringing back memories right now. Love Me Not with Zoe. Big ups to Zoe. My dog with Zoe. That's what's up. Who else? Snap. K-Mac. Man, I got Casual. Crazy. Thug Dirt. Tremendous. Daz. Dillinger. Flip. Hawk. Kiki. Buddha Boss Player. Zoe. Man, look. All these people is on this album right here. The certified album. It was a little slept on. Oleg, what's up? Make sure y'all follow the podcast, Papa Reu Podcast. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, this brings back a lot of memories. So I'm going to go as we go again. Number 1, Excuse Me. Number 2, You Know Me. Number 3, Certified. What's number 4? Boy, I'm drilling my own self. What's number 4? Number 4 was... Oh, the original DVD was number 4. This? See this right here? You can't find this anywhere. I want y'all to listen to me carefully. You can't find this anywhere. It's a double disc. Look at all who's on there. Look at it. It's the Papa Reu mixtape and DVD with exclusive joints. All exclusive. It's got a DVD with Lil Wayne, me, the whole 9. This right here, I have this exclusively. I'm going to have this exclusively for most of the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, you getting offered this one right here. Just pay for shipping. All right? This is my exclusive for y'all. You can't find this anywhere. Cannot find this anywhere. Papa Reu, the original DVD. Let me tell you what's on here. Of course, well, to put it in there is there with Rick Ross. Manny Fresh is on there with a song called Fresh to Death. Mario, make sure you join the YouTube channel, Papa Reu Podcast. Make sure you join it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cliche was on that song, man. Let me see. Big ups to Cliche. One of the hardest chicks in the city, man. You already know what it is. Who else I got here? I'm trying to see all the people. Deep Cole. Oh, my goodness, man. Rest in peace, Deep. This guy here was from Pakistan. Deep Cold. Jaime produced some records for him. I want to say big ups to Jaime. Jaime, what's up? I'm showing everybody love that, guess what, I have a monumental part in the city. Jaime did a whole project with Deep Cold. I remember when he called me and said he want to get me on the record with him. Big ups to Jaime, man. Rest in peace, Deep Cold. Good guy, good guy. Fresh to Death with Manny Fresh. We're going to play that one of these days. It's on the CD. Me and Manny Fresh did a song. Dope. Very dope. All on my mixtape. Mixtape and DVD. Y'all could get this direct from Papa Reu. You can't find it anywhere else. Nowhere else. Make sure y'all follow the channel. Okay, who else we got? We got Jam and Screw featuring, man, big ups to Lil O, man, and Zero. Jam and Screw is on this thing too, with Zero and Lil O. Bendo, oh man, Lil Will, my Dougie. What's up, Lil Will? D-Town stand up. Lil Will on this thing too. D-Boy Music, Boo. Boo, what up? Boo the Boss play on that thing. I Don't Love Her featuring Hawk and Roll. Hawk, what it, yeah, rest in peace, H-A-W. I was going to say Hawk, what it do? Because I feel like he's still around anyway. Anyway, much love to Hawk, man. That was my partner right there. R.I.P. Hawk. And we're going to keep his name going. Hawk and Roll was on that thing. Represent. Oh, okay. Well, my eyes, let me tell you. Represent. I had Lil Flip, Hawk, and Kiki did the song Represent. Y'all can pull that up online. That's still streaming right now. Represent. Chopper. If You Want, Baby. Bone Crusher. This joint has Bone Crusher and Baby on that thing. Gotta Eat. Oh my goodness, man. I got so much hits on this thing. Was my mixtape with a DVD on it. So you're going to see all Houston clubs, the nightlife, the whole nine. Kingsman Camp, what's up, Bamboo? I want y'all to go ahead and follow my dog Bamboo too, man. Island boy, I already know. Reggae artist. Check this out. I'm going to start it over one more time. So we're going to start from the beginning. Papa Reu, Excuse Me, number 1. And all these projects I have still shrink wrapped, pristine condition, and it's going to be signed by me. DJ Palico, what's good? Mike. Palico, what's good? Mike K, what's good? Make sure y'all follow the YouTube channel. Subscribe Papa Reu Podcast. Anyway, we got the Excuse Me, number 1. Do You Know Me, number 2. Certified, number 3. The Papa Reu original DVD and mixtape. Double disc. You ain't gonna find this anywhere online or anywhere. No distributor has this either. You gotta get this directly from me. So if y'all wanna get the exclusive Papa Reu DVD and mixtape, this was back in, what year is this? Like I said, I got everybody on this thing. Everybody. Because it was my mixtape. Everybody. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all, if y'all need to get a copy of this, let me know. DM me, and we're gonna handle the business. All right, that's number 4. Number 5. Oh, you know what? I got it wrong, y'all. I got to start over. Number 1, Excuse Me. Number 2, rest in peace, DJ 5000 Watts. The Swisher House remix of the Excuse Me album. See it? That's the Excuse Me. That's the Swisher House remix. Rest in peace, Michael 5000 Watts, man. You know what I mean? He did the whole album. Rest in peace, DJ Screw. You know what I mean? I got all of these catalog stuff. I got all of these. Y'all could purchase direct. All right? That's number 2. Number 3, You Know Me. Right? Number 4, Certified. Number 5, Papa Reu DVD and CD mixtape. You understand me? Number 5. Number 6, Life and Music. Life and Music. That's when I was distributed by BMG, you know, with Music World. You know, I ran my album through Music World to get distributed. You know what I'm saying? Life and Music right here. I had a single with YZ. Who know YZ? You remember old school YZ? Not old school, but y'all know YZ? Yeah. Who's the man with the master plan? You know what I'm talking about? Brown Skin, what's good? Make sure you follow the YouTube channel, Brown Skin. You following the channel? Make sure you follow the channel, man. DJ Palico, Mike 8, make sure y'all follow the channel now. War That Pro, follow the channel. Follow the channel, follow the channel. Anyway, let me get back to this. Who I got on this album? Man, I had YZ on this album, man. Big ups to YZ. Big ups to YZ. And who helped me make that happen was Bobby Fine. Big ups to Bobby, man. Bobby made that connection happen, man, back then. We did the video and all that. Y'all can see that video online. It's called Hold On. Never been really promoted and stuff like that. But it was talking about the video is showing the police brutalities and stuff like that in the hood. I did that way back. I did that like, oh, what year was this? What year was this? What year was this? Wow, and I had a, oh, this was live. I mean, I even had a, I mean, look at me back then, man. Y'all couldn't play with me back then. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all couldn't play with me back then. Look at it. But boy, you can tell me nothing. Look at that photo shoot. Fly guy. I need to put that poster up, man. That's, wow. Just take me back. I was a little chunky too. A little chunky on there, but, and I even got some monumental stuff on it too. Look, you got all kind of pictures, and you got a lot of memorabilia in this CD, DVD. This one right here, that you could only get from me. Can't find it anywhere else. You only could get it from me, and you can get it signed, sealed, and delivered. DM me if you're interested in any of these catalog pieces. You know what I mean? What was I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's number 6. I think I got what's cover. Anyway, I just showed you 6 albums from my catalog. I'm also doing a special on it also. You know what I mean? With $100, you get all 6. You get all 6 shipped to you. All 6 albums shipped to you with $100. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it all the way out to you. It's all about the people right now for me. You know what I mean? I got boxes and warehouse with the material. So we're gonna move. I want us to move all of this, man. We gotta get that Papa Reu circulating again, man. You know what it do. Brown Skin, did you follow that thing? Okay, make sure you follow that thing. Black Boy Trap, what's up, boy? JT, what's good? Y'all following that podcast? You YouTube? Follow that YouTube. Follow that YouTube. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm just happy for everyone tuning in. The Papa Reu podcast channel, the YouTube, we had some technical difficulties, like I said earlier, and I keep saying it because some people just joining us. So I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. We had a little technical difficulties, and we'll have everything back up and running perfectly for the next podcast, which is Wednesday. Next Wednesday. All right? So make sure everybody, what's that? Money Way, what's good, homie? K-Dot, make sure y'all follow the Papa Reu podcast channel, man. You know, YouTube, Papa Reu podcast, make sure y'all following that. You know what I'm saying? K-Dot, what's happening? So make sure y'all following that. So, Papa Reu podcast YouTube, make sure you following that. We back on here next Wednesday, 6 p.m. sharp, Central Standard Time, right? And like I said, the Papa Reu podcast Instagram and the Papa Reu podcast YouTube, we're going to be on that thing on next week. The technical difficulties had us going on the Papa Reu channel for today. All right? So we're going to go ahead and get it, we're going to make it make sense next Wednesday. All right? And like I said, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. And I humbly want to let y'all know that, hey, you know, this means a lot to me because it took me a while before I let people in. You know what I mean? Let people in or hear me talk or get a feel of my knowledge or get a feel about who I am as a person. You know, and I'm just happy that I'm able to fill in that gap for my fans. You know what I'm saying? Because without y'all ain't no me. And if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing this. So I went through the whole shebang to bring the news back to y'all, to let y'all know how the journey was, the people that I met, the people I was involved with, the shicey stuff that be going on, the gatekeeping that be going on, you know what I mean? So join me next Wednesday, right? And we gonna go here. We just getting started, y'all. Much love from Papa Reu. Yeah. Peace out.
We burn away.